You folks really seem to enjoy that Jay Cutler video I did the other day where he was compared with the top three at last year's Mr. Olympia event. Well, today we're going to do a similar video comparison, except this time it will be Kai Greene 2012 compared with the top three at last year's Mr. Olympia event. Now, before I begin the breakdown, I would ask that you hit thumbs up on the video if possible. I'd like to get it up to 300 likes. We'll do the remaining requests from yesterday's poll. But yes, Kai Greene, a very different physique, you may notice. He's not pulling a vacuum, which is interesting because, when the top three at the Olympia event hits a vacuum and you don't, you kind of stick out a little bit, much like the midsection of Kai Greene does, just slightly, with all due respect. Now, the arm situation, Kai Greene, yeah, he has things covered. He absolutely is winning on that aspect. He has what I like to call a freaky type physique. Some of you might say, well, Kai Greene, he does not have a freaky type physique. In my opinion, he absolutely does. Now, of course, there will be some of you that will look at the midsections and say, Kai's placing last in line. He's getting fourth place. I don't know. I'm looking at the limbs, the way he's holding this pose, his presentation. I think he could get first. It's a front double bicep pose, after all. Now here's the front lat spread, and I understand there will be some people that are upset about the sizing. Kai Greene, in the front double, I guess he was bending at the wheels quite substantially. I think he's about 5'8", maybe 5'8.5". With the hair, of course, there's a few inches there, but all jokes aside, look at the lats on the man. I think hands down he is the most impressive guy here in the front lat spread. And the wheels themselves, you may take note, Kai himself is not nearly as tall as one Samson Dauda, but he is a very long-legged individual. And that can be a dangerous thing when you have long legs and they are filled out. Well, as we turn to the side, we see that Kai Greene's legs are more than filled out. Look at the hamstrings and the quality of the quads. Now, yes, I'm definitely putting Samson ahead of the other two blokes, the Hadi Choopan and Derek Lunsford. So it is absolutely a Kai Greene versus Samson matchup in the side chest. Now, Samson, overall shape, width, how he is opening up and displaying the physique, I like him. But look at the condition. Kai Greene, in my opinion, there is no question. This 2012 version of Kai Greene, the most conditioned of him. And generally he was in good condition. Not the best, but decent, more than decent. But here in 2012, he upped the ante. This was his best condition, and I think he makes everybody else look soft. But you know what? It would be quite remiss of me not to mention the thick midsection. There is absolutely some midsection protrusion for Kai Greene. So, depending on how you look at this, he could get first. And if it means that much to you, I guess he could get last as well. Here's the side tricep. Interestingly enough, his midsection looks fine here. So I'm not exactly sure where he put it in the meantime. But not a very impressive pose for Kai. The tricep itself, it's subpar in this lineup, I guess. With all due respect. Definitely has the cuts and the definition, though. And none of the other three gentlemen can really say that, interestingly enough. Good physiques, though, all around. Probably go with Samson Dauda. Kai might even be getting last place here in the side tricep. Now go to the back. And up until now, I was thinking that Jay Cutler was doing a whole lot better than Kai Greene is doing in this matchup. But the back shots, first of all, lower half, Kai Greene is smoking everyone. Probably condition, but look at the size and the separation of those hamstrings. That is impressive. Again, I use that word freaky physiques. Freaky physique. Now, the backs of Derek Lunsford and Hadi Choopan, I mean, very few times do people brag about the current guys. They're always talking, oh, they're no Ronnie King Coleman, they're no Phil Heath. Hadi and Derek have some of the widest backs, inch for inch now. Derek's a short guy, and Hadi's no giant. But their backs are so very wide, making Kai's look definitely not the best in this lineup. I can tell you that. Now, it is a very impressive back. The thick lat insertions. Lack of traps, I would suggest. Now, Kai, he has a bit of a short torso, I would suggest, and the long legs. And that will help him, I think, with the lower lat insertions. They're going to reach down lower if you have a shorter torso. Right? So having said that, condition, lower half, definitely keeps him in the game. Now here's the rear double biceps. A much better pose for Kai Greene. No doubt, in anybody's mind, I am sure. This was one of the best, or it is one of the best, rear double bicep poses in the history of bodybuilding. And you don't just say things like that loosely. I mean, look at the lat insertions. Derek known for thick lat insertions. And Kai, he's making all three of these guys look like their second call-out backs. I mean, he is that impressive. And I already said he's winning in the lower half. So when he's winning in the upper body as well, it is like some sort of next level back. You can compare the other three. But Kai Greene, wow, that is impressive. And here is the abs and thigh. I was always impressed with Kai Greene and his abs and thigh. Not just because it is a very good pose. It's not that bad. It's just the simple fact that the guy has a wide waist, and he had midsection issues. I'll admit, they were not as bad here in 2012 than they were years prior or several years after this. But, I mean, to pull off a good pose like this, not bad. And I would give him second place in this. Not too many men are going to defeat Hadi Choopan, or women for that matter. Corey Everson was good. But anyway, folks, here's the most muscular. Never liked Kai Greene in this shot. He kind of lurches forward. You can see his legs bent there. And it makes him shorter, and his delts go down, and it makes him look more narrow. So not the best pose. His crab position might even be worse. So to be fair, this hands on hips, it's Kai Greene's best bet. And is he beating anyone? I think he's beating Derek. Is he beating Samson? I would think not. Is he beating Hadi Choopan? I would also suggest not. So probably third place here in the most muscular. So, does Kai Greene win the 2024 Mr. Olympia event? I would say absolutely. I think if you are focused on the midsection in the side chest pose and perhaps in the transitions, front double bicep, then you may not give him the win. But I just don't think it was bad enough here in 2012 to hold him back. He was a pretty dominant bodybuilder, placing second in a very difficult time to win the Olympia, Phil Heath, in his prime. So, Kai Greene and Jay Cutler just did a similar video with Jay. 2 second place versions at the Olympia, 2 of the very best, but absolutely 2 different creatures altogether. I believe I did a comparison between those 2 guys, and I'll link that to you at the end. So go ahead, watch that, and see my opinion on that. Think I might watch it again myself, just to see which way I went. The incredible front of Jay Cutler, or condition of Kai Greene. Hit thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel as well. Have a nice one.